Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Sagittarius July 2024 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel St. James, clairvoyant. Sagittarius, the brilliant, the beautiful, the dashing centaur. Why not indeed? Now, you know, don't you, it's great to see the subscribers back again. Incidentally, I love seeing you each month, truly I do. And for those of you who stopped by here before, you know that I offer one-on-one clairvoyant readings to people all over the world over FaceTime and Skype, and that I also provide healing to people all over the world one-on-one by FaceTime and Skype as well. Details that healing is free. Free lunch, no obligation, nothing will be sold to you. It's my sole duty to do it, and I want to make sure that I am trying my best to fulfill my soul obligations here in this life, because I don't want to come back. Not that I haven't enjoyed myself, I've had value for money. But I think as you have as well, haven't you? Well, let's have a look and see what there is in store. And see what there is, because the astrology will be important, I think, as will the numerology and the mystical energies that are swirling around. We're not just going to spend 5 seconds on a card. Nah, they speak volumes to us, and so they're going to give you a really good insight as to what is going on for you in this month. What was that first one up there, by the way? That's the Nine of Pentacles. That's a lot of gain there for you, I think. So that's a good start, is it not? Let's go through them, but I don't want to give it away straight away. Three of Wands. Well, why does that not surprise me? There is the Queen of Cups. Well, if anybody's the Queen of Cups, it's the Sagittarius woman, isn't it? But here, there's a different astrology going on as I can see it. There's the Herald of Wands. That has a lot to say to you, I think. Let me see what might be, so that you don't look. What's that? King of Wands. Now, that does have a lot of Sagittarius all over it, I've got to say, that energy there. But look, why don't I bring the camera around and you and I can have a good close look at this really rather haunting painting that's on here. Beautiful though. While we examine the cosmic energies that are flowing around in the context of the astrology and the numerology and how the elements of the cards interact with each other, while I do the reading for you. Well, it's all happening for you this month. Fantastic month for you, and don't you deserve it? Let's have a look at this first card here and see what I can grab from it. Let's have a look. Gee, she's holding the torch. Almost you as a leader, showing the way to success for both yourself and for others. Do you know, I think that she's bringing you some unexpected news. That is good. I think she's bringing some surprises, maybe some new career opportunities or offers. You might hear of something which is favorable for you and also for your friends. There's new beginnings here, as well as the start of some good creative projects or ideas. Ideas and projects also coming into fruition. And she is igniting with you excitement and the feeling free to take risks, I think. You're going to be quite the risk taker, not necessarily a gambler, but a fearlessness and a courage to take on any challenge is what's with you. And she's igniting a passion within you. There's almost a divine inspiration coming into your being. This is a time of great self-confidence when you really start trusting yourself and your intuition. I think she's bringing maybe an invitation to some new adventure that's going to really stir up your life forces. You could end up meeting someone who is quite influential, I think. I think there's also a passionate romance here. There's a restlessness also, an inner stirring that's moving you forward to new and maybe a different direction, I think. And it's also a time of inner growth and exploring the spiritual self and discovering your bliss, because this energy is awakening your spirit, daring you to express your individuality and your personal power. I think that also is what's happening here is that the people of Leo, Virgo and Cancer might be important to you. You're going to have great passion for everything. You're going to be reckless in the means of obtaining gratification. Very energetic, individualistic, brilliant and daring, and expressive in love and expressive in anger. But what is important here is that you are freed from fear, and fear is conquered. Your old fears, you see, they've lost their power over you now, and their dead remains cannot frighten you any longer. So reflect upon what are your greatest strengths. I very much also get the sense here that you'll be a person who is extremely individualistic during this period. And you are going to create your own beauty by your essential vigor and energy. You will bedazzle. And in anger or love, as I say, you might be sudden, violent, and implacable. You're going to be very ambitious. And you are going to be someone who is maybe sometimes, be aware of this, irrationally enthusiastic about particular people or projects. Now, you're not going to forget anybody who does the wrong thing by you. Now, I don't know that you're necessarily going to be all that patient, but the patience that you do show will be the patience during which you lie in ambush, ready to wreak your revenge upon the person who has wronged you, and I make no moral judgment on that. People are going to love your energy, you know. You'll be confident, daring, exciting, freedom-loving, very ambitious, and people are going to love this character and energy with you. Now, this does also very much speak to, so be confident that you are conquering your old fears and patterns of thought because you brought them to the surface, recognized them, understood that they are not real and can't hurt you, and you conquer them. And you learn some lessons also along the way here, and it has to be said, sometimes you learn lessons the hard way, don't you? So anyway, what is the next step in your life? So find it fearlessly and learn about ways of getting rid of fearful feelings. You have great strength and passion with you now, so make use of it. Now let's have a look at that other Wands card, that other Wands court, which is here, which is a king. And this king looks as if he's a reasonable sort of man, doesn't he, in governing his realm. This has got Sagittarius all over it, you know. I think Scorpio might be important to you as well. You will be very active, generous, I think. Now, you might be proud at times, and you might actually shoot from the hip every now and again. You'll be very quick at doing things, and your actions to other people might appear to be quite unpredictable. There's a sense of fierceness here with you. There's dynamic forward motion, increased insight, and these coming changes are going to be met with you with your energy and ambition and adventurousness because you are determined. Now, you're going to be very charming, very magnetic to other people, and very hard to resist. People are going to find you very sexually attractive, so do with that what you will. I'm sure you've managed to deal with it so far. There's also this sort of feeling of entrepreneurship around here. Again, I have this sense of restlessness, which is about you will be a confident leader, and you're going to burn with the desire to explore life and its experiences at every level. Now, this restlessness that's burning inside of you means that you need to push ahead in search of higher levels of spiritual growth and inspiration as well. You'll be a very progressive and independent thinker. And your goal, I think, will be to introduce to other people new ideas or outlooks that are beneficial for them. When this enters, as it has done, he's also bringing news, success, honor, achievement, and an unexpected opportunity. So keep your eyes open. And I think you're going to be feeling very courageous and assertive as your creativity, ambition, and intuition are on full throttle at the moment. This is saying that there's a time of movement and energy around here, maybe even moving locations. And this is saying also to step back and look at the big picture, make plans with that big picture in mind, and set your goals accordingly and move forward with confidence here. This is a time for you to find your vitality, to trust your gut instinct and let your hair down. Give yourself a pep talk and definitely believe that you can do it because you can. Now, there could be some traveling involved here. Could be some changes in relation to work. And there are creative ideas being brought into action now. And more importantly, you are going to have the courage of your convictions. So be awake, ready for people or situations that can produce dynamic changes in your experience of the world and consciousness. And be grateful for this gift from existence. Receive it, but don't cling to it. Now ask yourself this question. Does your present situation allow your energies to develop and unfold fully? And if not, what must be removed or changed? You should look for situations and opportunities that challenge you and engage them with all of your energy and say to yourself, every challenge which arises helps me grow and every storm strengthens my roots. Now, it's interesting that in the context of this great activity which is occurring in your life, there should be here the energy which is represented by this particular woman who is staring off into the distance. Gee, you know, when I look into the eyes of women, it's as if I can see forever. Now, what she is doing is, I think that she's asking you to think on the deeper aspects of yourself. That is, what dream or vision is calling you? What watery emotions within you are starting to shift? Now, I think she's here to help you through emotional changes. Now, when challenges come along, as they always do, she is reminding you to remember what brings true happiness to your heart. And she asks you to, in particular, to be gentle with yourself and to love yourself. You know that when you love yourself, you become beautiful to others. And I think she's inspiring you to live your life through love, to follow what your heart seeks by listening and trusting your intuitions without judging them. She is bringing the gifts of love, nurturing, and healing, as well as kindling that creative imagination of yours. I'm getting a lot of Cancer and Gemini around this, so they're likely to be important to you. I will say this, that your emotions should be shown openly here, and you'll have a great degree of emotional integrity. You'll be very intuitive, a very keen observer of people. You'll be able to see behind their words. You'll be kind. You could have some sort of a psychic awareness of great intuition. You'll be able to see yourself in other people and also see through those people and reflect that back to them. Now, this is a time also, during this period where this is great activity, that you are going to be susceptible to all the influences that come to you from the outside. You'll be susceptible to them. So, what needs to happen is that you need to remove negative people and situations from your life. They are like vampires who suck your light, your spirit, your emotions from you and leave you empty and as depressed and negative as they are. But you'll deal with that, I'm sure, because you will be emotionally mature and you're going to be able to get along with others really well and relate to your friends in a deep way. You'll be quite practical, I think, and you'll be able to get across your feelings and realizations to other people. There is here, though, despite what's going on with these other things, a need to get in touch with your inner feelings, see them for what they are, and to express them to other people, and develop your intuition, and develop your emotionality, and pass it on to other people. Now, it is the case that by showing your feelings openly, you become beautiful. Now, there may be people who don't understand you. Well, just don't worry about them, because there are plenty of other people who do get you and with whom you can share your feelings. But ask yourself this: are you really open to your emotions and feelings? Trust your feelings. Live in harmony with them. And say this to yourself: now, my openness and vitality, it makes me beautiful. Now, let's have a look at some of these fire cards. Well, this fire card. Let's have a look at it. It's fire. Let's have a look here. Well, this is some horse that seems to have taken itself off on some sacred mission or another. Great degree of honesty here with you, integrity, huge amount of self-confidence, and no compromises. Your ideas are really crystallizing into form, and this is a confirmation that you are on the right path. I think there's somebody here who's thinking, can I turn my hobby into a business? What does the astrology tell us about this? Why is this so good for you? Well, it's because it is, as I see it here, the sun in the second decan of Aries, which is the 31st of March to the 9th of April. And this is great because the sun is also exalted in Aries, and so this placement is very favorable for you. Aries enjoys challenges, and so do you. And Aries suns that are exalted in it, well, they really do best when life is moving forward and you are active. Now, it seems to me that at the moment your body, your mind, and your soul are in harmony. Now, out of this state, you are not going to permit any lazy compromises. You'll understand and allow your own power to just have free play, and you won't give it over to anybody else in an attitude of subjugation. Now, there's a lot of external dynamism going on here, but it's important that your center remains untouched and clear. Now, thinking on this point of internal stillness allows a new sense of self-confidence to come into being. And it also guards against an overload of any unnecessary problems. There is a wisdom within you that is strong enough to repel any anxieties or doubts that may arise. I think you now have the direction in which you want to push your life forward and apply yourself. Now, it also says to understand your virtue, I think, and to trust yourself. Again, this is coming through. And then you'll make the right decisions. and you are not going to be held back by fear, because this was conquered. Now, it is always important, as you would know, to operate from a place of integrity, that is, honesty, being fair, before making decisions at the moment, and to have a clear mind and a good heart before you make decisions. Otherwise, the results won't turn out. But if you do have that clarity of mind and a good heart, don't wait. This is the time to act. Now, pay attention to your own point and internal stillness. Center yourself and just overcome. Now, you should have no reason for self-doubt at the moment. So do you let doubt come into your life? Your life is what you think it is. And if you're not centered and feeling doubts hanging around within, get rid of them, because you have that ability now. And understand this and say to yourself, I have within me the power and virtue to think about things, to understand them, and to act in a way which brings me success, love, and abundance. Now let me look finally for you at this number 9, and I can't get over how good this is for you. Gee. Can I come and stay in your house during this month? Looks like everything's going to be going great. Let's have a look here. And what's going on with this? Well, I have no idea what that is as a picture, other than this is, speaking of lots of gain and improvement here, this looks like a big thing, which I'll get to in just a second, but this is talking, I think, about you now. As a result of these activities, having got something of a change in your consciousness, you are moving away from fear-based behavior and understanding how to acknowledge your true wealth, your inner wealth, with a full heart and full of life. There's something that's been accomplished here for you, and you are now seeing and experiencing your abilities, which allows you to look out and look for a new horizon of possibilities. Now, the key to understanding this is about balancing your soul purpose with your material life. As you do of all the signs, you're able to have a good mixture of enjoying material life and all the things that come with it, as well as never losing sight of the ultimate goal. And that's the benefit of having Jupiter around you, you see. Here I think you're really coming to understand what your life purpose is, and you're acting from a place of grace and gratitude with awareness of your personal value. Now, you're going to be very confident, and you don't need the approval of others to make you feel worthy, because you know you are. And you are making choices from integrity to move forward. Now here, you understand that abundance that comes when your heart, your will, and your soul work with the energy of the Mother Earth. When they're all in alignment, that produces success. Your heart is full. Your life is full. You are at peace with yourself and all that is around you. Now, the reason for that is because this is Venus in Virgo. Now, Venus is concerned, as you know, with love, but it's also concerned with money and with attracting to you the things that you want, also particularly attracting to you the joys that life on Earth and all it entails are there for you to be savored. Well, they're your values, your tastes and pleasures, aren't they? Venus is saying that if your heart is pure and you follow your heart, your life is only going to gain and good fortune is going to surround you. There's growth here, gain. There's a wisdom and an understanding that The more you give, the more you receive. There's a sense of material security and self-sufficiency here. Now, projects, situations and relationships, they're all going to come together and produce a gain for you in your life. It's almost as if there is some karmic reward now coming your way. You will have good luck and good management in your financial affairs, and you've got the ability to obtain financial security after good planning and putting the time into something, concentrated time. I see general period of improvement in all the areas of your life. Now, if your knowledge and creativity are filled with love, then you're going to gain from all the situations in life. And the more deeply you are engaged, the more total your insights will be. Now, do you know what your highest goal in life is? Can you put it down in one sentence? Make it specific. Don't just say happiness, love. They're too abstract. Make it simple, tangible, concrete. And say this to yourself, because it's definitely true for you, that everything that happens today serves my growth, and the more I give, the more I receive. Well, what a fantastic month it is for you. Great energy around, and you did a great job. I'm sure you enjoyed that reading as much as I enjoyed providing it to you, and wasn't the artwork on the cards actually quite haunting and beautiful, don't you think? Yeah, I don't know what I'd done with this deck. I'd lost it for a number of years, and I just found it yesterday. So I want to use it. Now, unless I see you again, unless I see you privately for a clairvoyant reading or for a healing, then I'll see you here again in the same place next month. So until I do see you again, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.